Hello, students, and welcome to Vayikra, Perek Vav, that's chapter 6. Today we're going to learn about some halachot in chapter 6 of the Mizbeach, the cleaning and care of the fire on the Mizbeach, the laws of the Mincha offering, and we're going to learn about a special korban called Kadshei Kadashim, Holy of Holies. So, quick review. First of all, we had the fire of the Mizbeach. Every morning, the ashes had to be scooped up and cleaned off because it was burning korbanot all night. They had to get rid of the old ash. A mitzvah about the fire was that it was not allowed to burn out. The Kohen Gadol every day brought a mincha offering from his own money called the Minchat Kohen Gadol. Half of the flour for that mincha was bought in the morning, half was bought in the afternoon. And finally, in the chapter ends off telling us that the Korban Chatat, the sin offering, is called Kadshei Kadashim, Holy of Holies, is not allowed to be eaten outside the walls of the Kohanim's courtyard, the Ezrat Kohanim, and even the pans that were used to cook it needed to be either broken if they were earthenware. Another law was that if it was a metal pot, it could not be used for regular food until it was purged in fire, was koshered, basically. Okay? So that is in short the perek. Let's bring a special guest star, none other than Moshe Rabbeinu. And Moshe Rabbeinu was the one who gave us these laws. Moshe, yes, my students, what would you like to know? Moshe Rabbeinu, can you please explain to us about the detailed laws of Perek Vav and Vayikra? Certainly. A little bit of patience over here, a little bit of patience. Okay, and now we will go through the halachot, okay? First of all, the ashes were removed every day from the Mizbeach. Every morning, a Kohen had to add his own fire. 2 fire logs were put on the wood pile. And the Kohen lit the fire every day, even though a fire came down from Shamayim. Did you know the fire was shaped like a lion? Our rabbis tell us this. Yes. Oh yes, I am our rabbis. I am Moshe Rabbeinu. Ha ha ha, I forgot. Anyway, the next mitzvah is that we're not allowed to put out that fire. Absolutely, positively not. And the mincha offering was brought to the southwest corner of the Mizbeach. A kemetzah, a 3-fingered fistful, was taken off and burnt. And the mincha was eaten by the Kohanim of that shift. You know, we couldn't have all the Kohanim working in the Bet HaMikdash at one time. They had to have shifts. And no chametz. Sorry, I know you really like your bread, but you can't eat it with a mincha. Then the Kohen Gadol, that's my brother Aaron, would bring every day a special offering. The first time he ever got to do this job, he brought a mincha called the Minchat Chinuch, a dedication offering, and twice a day, morning and evening, from his own money. Don't worry, the Kohen Gadol was pretty rich. He could afford it. He brought every day a mincha offering, morning and evening. And then finally, some interesting, important laws. Did you know that korbanot have different levels? Kadshei Kadashim, Holy of Holies, and Kadshim Kalim, and lesser holiness. If it was a Holy of Holies, like the sin offering, the Chatat, you could not eat it outside the Azara, the courtyard of the Kohanim. If any food touches it, like if you want to make a sandwich with some bread that wasn't part of the korban, that would become holy and could not be eaten outside of the space of the Azara. if it was cooked in a clay pot, that pot became holy and needed to be broken because you couldn't use it for something not holy. And if it was cooked in a metal pot, you had to make it kosher before eating regular food. Pay attention, this is very serious. Don't mess this up. This is holy stuff. And finally, the Kohen had to sprinkle the blood in the right place. If he sprinkled it inside, besides he had to clean up the mess, the entire sin offering was invalid. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. I got to go back. I hear God calling me from the Ohel Moed. Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, thank you very much, Moshe Rabbeinu. And now for our regular silly story of the Perek. Here is the Kohen in chapter 6, Perek Vav, which rhymes with sticks. Hey everybody, my name is Shmerel the Kohen. Here I am in chapter 6, which rhymes with sticks. Oh, every morning I got to play pick-up sticks. Pick-up sticks. I would pick up the burnt sticks from the altar. Every day there were sticks on the altar, and I would make sure that these sticks would be cleaned up. I would scoop up all the sticks and dump them off, all that burnt ashes. And then I would take my own stick, it was a nice hockey stick, and I would make sure that this stick was put on the Mizbeach so that we can make a new fire. And then, this is my favorite part, I would take a fire for myself, and I would light a fire on the Mizbeach. I love to play with fire. It was really fun. I would take the stick, and I would light the stick on fire. But then, a miracle would occur, and all of a sudden, from heaven, a stick would come flying down, and God would light his own fire on the Mizbeach. And the fire was in the shape of a big lion. I don't know how to draw a lion exactly, but maybe it looks something like that. Anyway, so then we had the mincha of the Kohen Gadol. The Kohen Gadol, he would go batter up, and he would make those round matzahs, and he would pitch them onto the Mizbeach with his stick. Swing, batter, swing, and get those matzahs on the Mizbeach with his mincha stick. And twice a day, the Kohen Gadol would have to put the mincha on the Mizbeach. And finally, us Kohanim, if we wanted to eat outside the temple courtyard, any Kodshei Kodashim, the Kohen Gadol would put a big stick in front of us and say, "Hey, stop! Beware, no exiting the temple courtyard. It is forbidden." And that is how in chapter 6, which rhymes with sticks, we would be blocked from going with sticks outside. So we would scoop the sticks every day, and we would play stickball with the mincha, and then we would have a stick blocking us from leaving the courtyard. Thank you very much, Shmerel the Kohen. That was a little bit corny, but of course, don't forget it was a silly story. It didn't really happen. We know that 6 does rhyme with sticks, but in this chapter, we learn about the scooping of the ashes, the bringing of the mincha offering of the Kohen Gadol, and not eating Kodshei Kodashim outside of the walls of the temple courtyard. Thank you for watching.